to see things eye to eye. Good evening, everybody. I'm here to do a short story reading. This story begins on the day I decided to do the big chop. It's not a decision I took lightly. The way I agonized over it, you would think I was going in for major surgery to cut off one big organ in my body. I thought about it for 2 full years before I decided that yes, I'm going to cut off all the relaxed hair on my head and go natural. It's not very important, but I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I was consumed with hair envy. While I was busy dilly-dallying, all my friends had cut off their hair, gone natural, and their hair was growing in leaps and bounds. I was, enamored with what you could do with the natural hair. You could curl it, you could blow dry, you could stretch, you could put it in thread, you could put it in weaves, you could, do so many things with it. The second reason I wanted to chop off my relaxed hair was because I was tired of chemical relaxers. Every day I would go to the salon to relax my hair. Usually began with a prayer. Father Lord, please, let this one not pain me. So I wanted to see what my hair would look like after 20 years of being relaxed. Almost 20 years of being relaxed. So anyway, when I was ready, an unlikely stumbling block arose and stood in my way. The stumbling block was barbers in Uyo. The first barbing salon I went to, I thought those working there were failed comedians, because how else would you explain when they asked me to come with my husband or a permission letter from him before they could cut my hair? At first I laughed like you're laughing. And then I realized, wait, they are serious. Are you serious or joking? I asked the guy, because this kind of thing, you have to be certain before I go on Twitter and start talking about gender discrimination, and then it turns out I was wrong. And the guy said, "Sister, it's not our fault. 2 months ago, one of our colleagues got one woman's hair, and the woman's husband came here with soldiers and carry all of us and put us in a room for 1 week. So since that time, our union now decided that if a woman wants to cut her hair, she should come with her husband or permission later." Let me get this straight, I said, trying to keep my blood pressure low and my jaw from hitting the ground. So, an adult woman decided to cut her adult hair, and her husband, rather than facing his wife, came and arrested you people, and you people are punishing us by asking us to bring our husbands for permission letter. Sister, it's not like that. We just don't want anybody's trouble. So me now that I don't have boyfriend, let alone husband, what should I do? Sister, it's not possible now. A fine girl like you, look at yourself. Okay. Let's say that I bring a man. How are you going to prove? How will you know that this man is my husband? Hey, that one is not our concern. Just bring the person or bring permission later. Sister, you are making this thing hard for yourself. But I don't have anybody to bring. How can you not see how ridiculous this sounds? His expression turned mulish and he walked away, muttering something about, "When I'm ready, I know what to do." So I left the salon huffing and puffing like an angry lion, and I went to 4 more, and I got the same story. In fact, at the 5th salon, the man charged me triple the price for cutting hair. I said to him, "But it says 500 naira now for low cut." He said, "That is for men, you are a woman." I said, "What's the difference? Just cut everything, give me low cut, just normal, you're not doing anything, it's not an interbaker or anything." It's still for women. In fact, me, I've tried for you. I'm even offering to take your money without permission later. There is something my father used to say, which has guided me throughout my entire life. Do the one you can, and leave the one you do not can. So when I realized that I didn't have strength to argue any further, I went home to do the one I can. I put 2 mirrors, one in front of me and one behind me. And with a pair of scissors I got from in my Christmas hamper last year, with the wisdom of my ancestors, I carefully reduced inch after inch until I cut off my entire hair. I was very proud of myself when I was finished, until I saw the hair on the floor. Hair remorse. It's something that the hair blogs talked about, but I wasn't ready for it. Anyway, life continued, Abby. This is the history of the hair story that I'm about to tell you. So, as my hair grew, I had to frequent the salons more and more. And let me tell you something. Initially, I thought this town was boring. The fact is, I wasn't going to the right places. Have you gone to women's hair salon before? Hey, Jesus. The kind of things I was hearing there, I had to be applying salt to my ear each time I came back. Hairdressers and barbers are like, low-key therapists. I find that people have this insane urge to let out their secrets in hair salons to total strangers they don't know. And the way the hairdressers will be, asking them questions, and they will be revealing more and more. These are things they won't even tell their priests or their pastors. That particular day at the salon, fate was at play, because 3 ladies came. Ladies 1, 2, and 3, that's what we will call them. Gist was flowing in the salon, talking about regular stuff, and then they just turned to annoying boyfriends. Lady 1 then said, "This last one that my guy did to me, I'm not going to take it though. I gave him loan and he's thinking like 200,000 naira is something that I can forget just like that in this economy. Me, I've told him that he must give me my money by the end of the month." Lady 2 said, you gave man 200k in this economy? Hey, babe, no try. He told me that he wanted to invest in his business. Now business, I no see. My money, he don't enter voicemail. Anyway, I've told him if I don't see my money by this month end, me and him will share one leg of trouser. Lady 3, who was sitting in her corner, decided to chip in. My man is a good man. He accepts me, he loves me, and he has even accepted my son as his own. I honestly don't know where you girls meet men like this. If I was the one who loaned the guy money, I won't take that rubbish. But there's even no need for that because my man pays for everything. At those words, I was so jealous because boyfriend, I don't have. Husband, I don't have. My own is to be single to stupor. Lady 1,